1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Monos is a sustainable luggage brand that's changing the way we travel. From their durable hard-shell suitcases to their stylish vegan leather bags, Monos is your trusted companion on every journey. For a limited time, our listeners can get 10% off online with code TRAVEL at monos.com. That's MONOS.com.
Maybe you've had your eye on a Fulton home. The premium craftsmanship, thoughtfully designed floor plans, resort-style amenities, and award-winning communities across the valley. A place where every detail feels intentional. For many buyers, homeownership can feel out of reach. But now, owning a Fulton home is more attainable than ever. With special pricing, limited time incentives, and interest rate buydowns on select homes, now is the right moment to make your move. From beautifully designed interiors to the legendary quality Fulton Homes is known for, every detail is built to stand the test of time. Visit any Fulton Homes community today or go to fultonhomes.com. Fulton Homes. You're proud to own. We're proud to build.
Take advantage of thousands of dollars in SRP rebates and discounts on energy-efficient home upgrades like new air conditioning units, windows, ducts, and insulation. Save money on your energy bill while also making your home more comfortable. SRP's network of participating contractors can guide you from start to finish and maximize your savings by combining Inflation Reduction Act incentives with SRP rebates. Learn more at savewithsrp.com.
Meineke's highly skilled and certified technicians always treat your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care using the best state-of-the-art equipment. You can always depend on Meineke to do the job right and get you back on the road in no time. Save time and schedule an appointment now. Visit Meineke.com today. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
That's right. It is February. I want to just live in January for whatever reason. February 4th, 2026. It's the Wednesday edition of the program. And yet we've made it to the middle of the week. And have I done any of the opens correct this week? Maybe the Monday edition. I don't even know. Yesterday, it was the wrong day. It was the wrong day of the week. Today, I wanted to say January. I'm off to a rough start here today. You know who's not off to a rough start today on the program? The Phoenix Suns. We got a lot to get into here today, reacting to the actual words that were said yesterday in Mike LaFleur's press conference, not just the body language breakdown like we did on the air yesterday. We've got that for you. How about two lists today? It's the big game. So how about a pair of big game-related lists? We have those today on the show. The Diamondbacks have made a move. We'll talk about that. But we start with a celebratory way to open up the program because I've got the red Sharpie. I'll grab the schedule. We've got something very important to do because it was win number 31 last night for the Phoenix Suns.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
Oh, yeah. We'll just break it out here real quick. First one of February. It was a late night for us all. Game didn't get started until, 9:17? Good thing I set the DVR. I may have dozed off a little bit in there. Phoenix Suns pick up a 130-125 victory for win number 31. Cash your tickets. FanDuel, DraftKings, Bet365, Caesars, BetMG, and whatever you use, go cash your tickets today.
What a morning today. Woke up, a little extra money in the account. Didn't know I was going to have that.
30.5 wins was the total before the season began. The Phoenix Suns cash it on February 3rd with a big win last night. And boy, did it not feel like it was going to be win number 31 when the game started last night. Felt just awkward, and they felt out of sorts. And in the open of the game, where Portland jumped out to, I believe it was a 34-15 lead early in the first quarter of that game, it felt like Portland was doing a better job of playing Phoenix's game than Phoenix normally does. Every loose ball Portland was getting to, second chances, knocking down threes, creating turnovers. Just Portland shorthanded as well. They didn't have their leading scorer and rebounder in the game last night. They needed to get creative, to get crafty, and they got off to a really good start, but it was a big night for Colin Gillespie. What'd he finish with? 30, a career high in threes, Mark Williams with a double-double, and we said, hey, no Jalen Green, no Devin Booker. This was when these two injuries first started. We said, hey, Mark Williams, here's your chance. Can you go for 20 and 10 every night with these guys out? Big night for him last night, 24 and 11. Colin Gillespie, 30 points, 10 assists, 8 for 14 from behind the three-point line. And yet again, the Suns, a slow start. They're down 11 at the end of the first. But it's those middle two quarters, especially coming out in the second half, just dominating play in that third quarter, winning it 34-22, and it was over at that point. Once they took things over in the third quarter, you knew the Phoenix Suns were not going to lose that game last night. And you just continue to be surprised. You just continue to be amazed at what this team is able to do. The injuries going into last night's game, the way the game started, you almost kind of accepted. I did. I accepted this isn't going to be their night tonight. And it was going to be frustrating to give one away to Portland because we've kind of circled these games against Portland as some of the ones you can get this month in a really tough stretch. Fourth hardest schedule in the month of February belongs to the Phoenix Suns. They started 1-1, and they picked up another gritty, tough win. It's the DNA. It's the DNA of this squad. I'm being mocked a little bit on the YouTube chat. Michael saying that he's 68 and he stayed up. Listen, some of us, I got cozy in my bed, ready to watch the Suns at 9 o'clock at night, relax. Game didn't start till 9:17. My wife's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, the Suns play. She goes, this late? Yes. Unfortunately, apparently a 9:17, which would have been an 8:17 local time start. I don't know why we needed to start a game in Portland local time at 8:17, but we did.
I was also so confused because here's how my night went. Are you ready? So watched the Flyers game. My roommate is from Toronto. He wanted to watch the end of the Leafs game. We got both of those in before we even got close. And the Leafs were in Edmonton, right? So they're playing on West Coast time. That still ends before the Suns come on. Then I flipped to Arizona Family, still too early, because I still have the news on before the Suns tipped off.
I got home. I was the first one home last night. Sometimes it's my wife, sometimes it's me. I got home first last night. My wife rolls in, 6 o'clock, dinner. I'm like, oh, the Suns play in 3 hours. She's like, when do they start? They start in like a half an hour? Because I embellish. I'm sometimes hyperbolic. I said, no, this time I'm being serious. They literally start in 3 hours. They start at 9 o'clock. She goes, oh, I'm going to be asleep. Sometimes she'll stay up and watch whatever I'm watching. If it's a baseball game, that's normally what she'll stay up and watch. Basketball, not really her thing. But a 9:17. Do we have any more 9:17s the rest of the way? Let me look here. Now, everything is reasonable in the – that 8 – nope. I already see it, March 3rd.
Just because I'm interested, what do you think the D-backs' latest start this year is?
It'll be a 7:10 would be my guess.
Yeah.
And the only reason why this is a 9 o'clock is because it's part of the coast to coast that NBC and Peacock do, coast to coast Tuesdays. And so they start these games later.
By the way,
they've got one more. The beginning of, we've got a couple of 8 o'clocks too on NBC. 8 o'clock in Denver, 8 o'clock in Houston or against Houston. So we've got some more late ones coming up here. But only one more 9 o'clock for us on the calendar. Now, if you did stay up and you were able to watch the whole thing and you didn't have to do what I did and go back to the DVR to finish up the game this morning, you saw a great one. You saw a career night from Colin Gillespie, 30 points, a career high, tying his career high with 8 made threes, 10 assists. Was a great night for Colin Gillespie. A great night for Mark Williams with his 24 and 11. They got off to that slow start, but they finished it. Now, it wasn't their best defensive effort. They did give up 125, but they picked up the win. They're now 31-20 on the season. They have cashed the win total over before the season, so hopefully you took that. And if you check the standings today, as you're going to do here, you're going to do some scoreboard watching, back in front, back in the 6th seed right now in the Western Conference, tied in games back with the Los Angeles Lakers, but they have the advantage because they've played fewer games. Just a game and a half back of Houston for the 4 seed, 2 games back of Denver for the 3 seed, 3 games back of San Antonio for the 2 seed. They just keep doing it. They just keep finding a way. Every reason to lose that game. The star power that was out, the slow start, down double digits early. They just never quit. They just never quit.
It was one of those things where, like, you would look at the score and you're like, man, they're down 13. And that first quarter, I don't know about you, didn't it have it really felt like it did on Sunday night.
Well, yeah, they get
off
off
the first quarter, and you're like, oh, no.
Well, one of their first offensive possessions of the game last night is Dylan Brooks trying to find Mark Williams on a pass, and he just throws it into the third row. And you're like, okay, here we go again. Like, this is going to be kind of a hangover from the game on Sunday against the Clippers. And then Donovan Clingan is just hitting every shot known to man in the first quarter, and you blink, and it's a 19-point deficit for the Phoenix Suns. And you're like, and these are the game scripts that you worry about without Devin Booker and Jalen Green, because you're like, how are we going to bridge that gap? You trust the defense to be able to get stops, but where's the offense going to come from? The answer, Colin Gillespie.
And then you have that big second into third quarter, and it just felt like at that point, you go into the fourth quarter up, 7?
When the momentum,
and you just never thought they were going to lose that.
And the momentum swings, just the momentum tilted completely in their favor because they cut it to 5 at half. So they were down, 72-67 at half. And so they already had the momentum shifting in their direction from how poorly it went in the first quarter. And then they come out in the third and they just dominate.
That was one of the better quarters of basketball I've seen them play.
In Portland,
all year.
They're shorthanded. They have no answer for what the Suns are doing. It was over once they took the lead.
The second half, and I know they probably lost the fourth quarter statistically.
By 2, they did, yes.
They dominated that half of basketball. I mean, just controlled the entire half.
Yeah.
As soon as they got up, it felt like they were in complete control. There was never a moment where I thought, okay, need to fight off Portland here.
Yeah, Portland led for 58% of the game. It didn't matter. The Suns got hot at the right time. They finished the half strong. They came out of the second half strong. And we talk about that on this show all the time, how good they are coming out of halves. Their scoring margin in the third quarter, how important that has been for them this season. Another example of it last night, because they just took over the game and Portland didn't have an answer. And before Portland could even kind of realize what was happening, it was over. Because once you give this team the lead and once you fully concede all the momentum, you're not getting it back. You're not wrestling it back from this team. This team, after digging out of whatever it was, the largest lead Portland had was 19 points. After digging out of a 19-point hole, when they have the lead, you think Dylan Brooks and Colin Gillespie and Mark Williams and Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen, you think that crew last night's going to give you the lead back? Not happening. It's not happening.
And it's just like, again, last night, when we talk about it, was not Dylan Brooks' best night. It was not. Just from the field, he was 3 of 16. But he's been kind of the biggest pusher in this, but you get a new guy every night. Colin Gillespie had 30. Grayson Allen had 24. Mark Williams had over 20 and 24. They just get answers from so many different guys. They're hard to defend, even with missing Booker. And they put up 130 points last night. No Devin Booker, no Jalen Green.
Yeah, 49% from behind the three-point line, 20 of 41 from behind the stripe. All 5 starters into double figures. So even though it was a rough night for Dylan Brooks, right? 3 of 16 from the field, still got into double figures. All 5 starters do that. And you pick up your 31st win of the season. You can celebrate accordingly. You're back into a top 6 spot. And you won one of the games we viewed on this schedule as one of the, I don't want to say must wins, but one you would really like to have if you're going to make the most of what is a really tough February schedule. It's one of your 2 lone road games this month. You go to San Antonio right out of the All-Star break. That one's actually in Austin because they're on their rodeo tour, right? Because the place they play in San Antonio is booked out for the rodeo. So they're going to play in Austin. That's their only other road game in the month of February. Everything else is at home. And so if you can split these road games and then what do we talk about? 500 on the road, dominate at home. Well, you should be able to try to dominate this month with Golden State, Philly, Dallas, Oklahoma City, next 4 up before we get into the All-Star break. And now the attention turns over the next 2 days. They don't play again until Thursday night. What will they do, if anything, ahead of the trade deadline? And I'll tell you what I'm worried about, because I'm keeping very close eyes on this. Minnesota is making a all-hands-on-deck, full-court press to get Giannis. That would worry me if I was the Phoenix Suns. Not to say that you need to make something splashy, but that's the team that every night you're flipping back and forth with for the last non-play-in tournament spot in the playoffs. If they get Giannis, that's how they separate from everybody else. That's how they pass you. They pass the Lakers. They pass Houston. They pass San Antonio. They pass everybody if they add somebody like Giannis. So that is something to pay very close attention to right now, because that to me is the biggest thing standing in the Suns' way of getting one of those top 6 seeds. Is Minnesota as a parent full court press?
You just got to hope that that the Bucks could not put together Milwaukee out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
But, that Milwaukee does not trade him at the deadline. I still think they would be smarter to do it at the end of the season.
I think they will have better offers and more teams involved in the summertime.
Correct. I think so too.
And so you have to hope, if you are the Phoenix Suns, that Milwaukee chooses that path and Giannis does not get traded between now and tomorrow. But more importantly, if he does get traded, it's to Miami. It's to the Knicks. It's to a non-Western Conference team that you are directly competitive with. There's a 3-game difference between the 2 seed and where you stand right now if you're the Phoenix Suns. Giannis is a 3-game or more difference maker for a team. So you have to, I know we don't do war in basketball, but Giannis would be worth more than a 3 war, right? If we were trying to create that version of
how many wins is he worth?
Right, he's worth the difference. And right now, there's 0 difference between you and Minnesota. Well, he'll create that difference. So you have to hope that doesn't happen. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. Download the free KDUS AM 1060 app, register, and be logged in while you're listening for a chance to win 2 tickets to the 28th Annual Arizona Renaissance Festival in Gold Canyon. It's open Saturday and Sundays from January 31st all the way through March 29th. Magical moments await you at every corner of the 50-acre village. Don't miss it. We've got your chance to win a pair of tickets for listening on the free KDUS AM 1060 app or streaming on KDUS1060.com. You just have to be registered and logged in while you are listening to be entered for a chance to win. Lot to do here today on the program. As I mentioned, a pair of lists to do ahead of the big game. But when we come back, we react to Mike LaFleur's first press conference as the new head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. How did he do? We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
James Out West, your desert destination for sports here in the Valley.
Not surprised that the Cardinals aren't in. They fired their head coach. Kyler Murray's probably on his way out. It is what they like to call Black Monday. I'm kind of surprised by the Raheem Morris one in Atlanta. It's only been how long? Year? 2 years. So maybe that one. Pete Carroll gone. I told you from the jump when they hired Pete Carroll, I didn't like the hire. I think he's past his due. Let him go after year 1. You might as well have kept the guy you had before and saved a bunch of money.
Every other Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060.
It's John Holmberg here from the Morning Sickness to tell you about the Core Institute. People who met me found out that I've had 4 major operations in the last 4 years. They're blown away. I've had both shoulders replaced and both hips replaced because I was an absolute disaster. Before my surgeries, I was in pain all of the time. I was really struggling to do the things I absolutely loved. I was depressed and it was getting worse every day. When that was going on, people were saying, you shouldn't box anymore. Stop with the mountain biking. You're making everything worse. Everyone and everything was saying, John, you should quit. Everyone except my team at the Core Institute. Not only did they tell me quitting was not an option, they reminded me that the things I enjoyed wasn't what was hurting me. It was the stuff that was going on in my body that I could fix. Now, no one knows I've had any issues. People who hear multiple surgeries assume they'll never be the same again. It's just not true. I'm better than I've been in 20 years. Stop quitting the things you love and get back to being the pain-free you love. TheCoreInstitute.com.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour, the greatest hits. August 9th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now. at livenation.com. John Mellencamp, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Hey, basketball fans, Tom Chambers here reminding you that just like in a game, you need a solid defense for your home. And that starts with a reliable roof from Right Way Roofing. Hey, Lori, as owner of Right Way Roofing, what sets you apart from the competition?
Our team tackles any roofing challenge from shingles to tile to foam roofing. We'll make sure your roof wins against the toughest opponents, rain, wind, and even those scorching summer days.
Make Right Way Roofing your MVP.
We're Right Way Roofing and we do it right. We'll always keep you watertight.
Jim, I'm here with your Run Report from San Francisco on Super Bowl's famed Radio Row. I probably should have seen this coming, but honestly, I thought this was the year the Patriots owner Robert Kraft finally got into the Hall of Fame. Denied again. Look, I get the argument that neither of these two are for everyone, but there are only 50 voters on the committee, and while I don't exactly know what the criteria is, I know what it shouldn't be. Do I like this guy or not? Is this guy a bag or not? Is this candidate worthy or not? And clearly both these dudes are. Belichick absolutely should have gone in on the first try. And given the owners who are in, I could argue Kraft should have too. But even if he didn't go in on the first ballot, there's no way this dude should have missed 14 times now. Clearly the system is jacked. Clearly having to group coaches, contributors, and seniors on the same ballot is going to keep deserving candidates out. The system is broken, and it needs to be fixed yet again because Kraft should not be inducted while lying in a pine box in the ground. I'm Jim Rome.
O'Reilly.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. Plus, receive 2 times O Rewards points. Limits apply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. How would you like to go to the Waste Management Phoenix Open? We got a pair of tickets that we'll give away at the end of this hour for tomorrow. And then later on in the week, we have a pair of tickets for Sunday that we'll give away. So by the end of the hour today, we'll give away a pair of tickets for you to head out to the Waste Management Phoenix Open tomorrow for the Open. For the opening round, we'll have picks from producer Evan in the leftovers for the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Those will take place in hour number 2 of the program. But the talk of the Valley was the press conference by Mike LaFleur yesterday. If you joined us on yesterday's program, it happened right in the middle of hour number 2 of the show. So instead of being able to react to what I was actually hearing, I decided to put it up on the screen right here in front of me and just give you a body language reaction to what I was seeing in the press conference. Now I've had an opportunity to go back and listen to it. And I'll tell you, I'm going to echo a lot of the sentiments that I see on social media and from people who cover the team. I thought it was a home run by everybody involved. I thought Mike LaFleur knocked it out of the park. And a reminder, it doesn't matter that Mike LaFleur knocked it out of the park. You don't need to win the press conference to be successful. And winning the press conference does not mean you're going to go on to do great things. But you like the positivity that you felt coming out of yesterday. You felt like you were getting somebody, at least I did, right off of the Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. Like it oozed offensive innovation. Mike LaFleur oozed the confidence. I thought he said the right things, but I want to start with the owner of this team because I think he gets his fair share of criticism, most of it well-deserved. But I thought the excitement that you could see on his face in introducing Mike LaFleur and talking through the process, and I thought he said something very important because unprompted, these were his opening remarks that he prepared. Wasn't a reaction to a question. This was what he wanted to say. He made sure to point out that Mike LaFleur came from some of the best coaches in the NFC West. He made sure to mention the coaching tree that Mike LaFleur has been able to be coached under. Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, his brother, working alongside Mike McDaniel. We went through it. We went through all of the different coaches that he's been able to work for or work with during his decade plus of NFL experience. But Michael Bidwell pointed it out. Hey, the NFC West stuff, that mattered to us. And you heard it in Mike LaFleur's answer. He embraced the challenge of coaching in the NFC West. But he also talked about the coaching tree, that being Michael Bidwell. And so I thought it was important that he made sure to mention both of those things because it's clear to me that those things were important to Michael, to Monty in this process. Also, we learned, and I don't know if it's just lip service, but we learned Mike LaFleur knew exactly what was going on last week. He knew that they wanted to talk to Clint Kubiak. He knew that they wanted to make the decision over the weekend. He was not caught off guard by it, at least according to him. They were very open with him about the process, and so it did not surprise him about the way last week went. It was a surprise to all of us with the way it all went together in the order that it went in. But to Mike LaFleur, it was not a surprise whatsoever. And I'll tell you, one of my favorite comments from Mike LaFleur when asked about a team that went 3-14 last year and how quickly you can turn things around, he talked about the players in the back, but he also mentioned, again, unprompted, hey, this team had a lot of fourth quarter leads last year. We've got to figure out how to find those margins, how to find those edges to make sure we finish those jobs, that we close those leads out. Understanding that this team, yeah, they went 3-14 last year. They could have very easily been 6-10 at worst if they would have held on to some of those leads in the fourth quarter. And I think a coach like Mike LaFleur is going to be able to close those leads out. He was asked a little bit about Kyler Murray, was non-committal. You weren't going to get a yes or a no. He was non-committal. I'm not going to read too much into that. He was non-committal about what his coaching staff's going to look like. Didn't say that he needed a certain type of experience and who he's bringing in as the coach. Some names that have been rumored in the last 24 hours, right? We had the Gus Bradley. He ends up going to Tennessee. Wink Martindale's a name that's been thrown out there for D.C. Nate Hackett has been thrown out there as a candidate for the offensive coordinator role. Those are veterans. In Wink's case, been around a long time. Hackett, a former head coach, albeit not a great one in Denver. Just some of the names that have been thrown out there, but I thought Mike LaFleur won the day yesterday. He came off as impressive. He came off as hungry. He came off as very CEO head coach type. It didn't look like you plucked a 38-year-old offensive coordinator who's only called plays twice in his career, 2 years in his career, one game last year. Did he feel like a first-year head coach yesterday? I didn't think so. Said all the right things, thanked all the right people. Even told the story about how he thought he was going to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals one day when he was here last year when the Rams had to play the playoff game here because of the LA fires. Was also here when he was with San Francisco during COVID. And there was just something that he felt about this building that told him he was going to be the next head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. And so you can tell that he wants to be here. So if we're grading it, A+. I mean, I thought it was everything it needed to be. Now, it doesn't mean anything. And I loved that he also talked about how it doesn't matter what we do in September. It doesn't matter what we do in December, January, February. It matters what we do right now. Right now, I have to work on building relationships with these players. Right now, Monty and I need to work on this roster. Right now, I need to build out this coaching staff. He's not looking down the road. He's looking at the here and now. He used the word urgency to describe the way he's going to do things and what he's learned from Kyle Shanahan and Mike LaFleur and Matt LaFleur and Sean McVay. Now, this was somebody I wanted the Cardinals to hire. He was a top 3 candidate for me. So I have a bias here. But I thought he knocked it out of the park yesterday.
Yeah, I thought they had a really, really productive and nice press conference. And it kind of went all across the board, right? I thought they did a nice job. I thought Monty did a great job kind of addressing the search. And then not Monty. I thought Michael Bidwell did a nice job. Monty always looks like he doesn't want to be there. I'm just starting to believe that that's now his look in press conferences, period.
He had one bad answer when he was asked about all the people that didn't want to take the job and that perception being out there. I didn't love his answer to that, but
yeah, I just don't think he's great with the media.
I'm not going to allow that.
That's what I'm starting to. Yeah, I'm not going to let that diminish the day because I thought Mike LaFleur was great. I really did. I thought he was tremendous, and I thought it was great to hear him talk about having the players there. It was great to hear him talk. By the way, I don't know if it was in the press conference or in another interview. He dropped a couple of alignments.
That was in the other interview that we listened to because he went on a local radio station here in town and he said alignment a couple times and you made me rewind when we were listening to it. You're like, hey, did you hear that? And I was like, no. And then I backed it up and I heard a little Brian Gregory.
The alignment.
I heard it, Mike LaFleur.
But in all honesty, it feels like they do need that, right? And maybe not as much of a culture overhaul as the Suns had, but they need a guy who's going to step in. He's going to call plays. He's going to keep this offensive innovative and try to win some games. And I love that he addressed the fourth quarter struggles. I love that he addressed the roster and how they were in games in fourth quarter and couldn't finish, right? And some of those things that I thought he talked about are great signs.
Yeah, just somebody who commanded a room. I thought he came off extremely personable, extremely likable. And I'll tell you, it felt very much like, and I know the comparison is out there, it felt like when the Suns introduced Jordan Ott.
Really did.
Like the positivity that I felt coming out of listening to it yesterday and then again this morning. It just felt almost the same way, but very similar to the way that I felt after listening to Jordan Ott. It just felt that way. It just felt like he understood the relationship that he needs to have with Monty in building a roster and talked about how Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have a great relationship. Les Snead and Sean McVay have a great relationship. We're going to have a good relationship. Like I thought that was important. And it just felt like somebody who's going to be very comfortable embracing this challenge. And it's why I wanted somebody from the NFC West, because if that coordinator was going to make the jump, they know what they're walking into. Mike LaFleur knows exactly what he's walking into. The 3-14 year last year, the questions at quarterback, the uphill battle in the division. Mike LaFleur doesn't know from afar what the Cardinals are going through. He knows it from a very up close and personal perspective because not only is he on one of the teams, or he was on one of the teams that he's going to now have to go out and beat, but he played Seattle twice. He played San Francisco twice. He knows what it takes to be good in this division. So that's why I wanted somebody from this division so bad, because he understands. He understands exactly what it's going to take to bridge that gap. Now, is it going to be perfect? I don't know. The quarterback situation, we're going to talk in hour number 2 today about what's next. The quarterback thing hangs over all of this. That's going to be probably one of the most important decisions that they're going to make this offseason. But now the real work can be done. But for as bad as it was throughout the year, we didn't have a lot of fun to talk about in regards to the results. We didn't have a lot of fun talking about Jonathan Gannon being fired. We didn't have a lot of fun talking about some of the candidates that they were trying to bring in for interviews. We didn't have a lot of fun talking about this being one of the worst openings in this cycle. Yesterday was fun.
Yesterday was fun.
And it may not lead to anything, but for a team that we haven't had a lot of fun with this season, yesterday was a breath of fresh air.
Yesterday was the biggest positive it felt like they've had since week 2.
And if that's all it is, I'll take today. I'll take today for right now. And I think Mike LaFleur is going to be a home run. I really do.
It's hard after yesterday, and it's hard looking back at his resume not to believe that he's going to be kind of the answer here. And you know, we talked about it, but this is a guy who has worked at some of the best organizations in football. He can take those things from there.
And he's also worked for some of the worst organizations in football. He had stops in Cleveland and New York with the Jets. So the best and the worst. He's had it all.
You know how to do it. You know how it works, and you know how it doesn't work, right?
That's a benefit to,
you see both sides.
To Mike LaFleur. 480-864-1060 is how you can get in contact with us via the phone. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Hey, download the free KDUS AM 1060 app. You can take us with you on the go. And for listening on the KDUS AM 1060 app, which is free, by the way. Also streaming us on KDUS1060.com. You got a chance to win 2 tickets to the MLB Players Trust Playmakers Classic, Warehouse 215, Wednesday, February 18th. 3 hours of nonstop baseball experiences, excitement. You got custom experiences and activations from Fanatics, live broadcasts, food and drinks, live performances. They've got it all. We've got your chance to win 2 tickets. All you got to register, log in on the KDUS AM 1060 app or on KDUS1060.com while you are listening to us here on the program. When we come back, is a Paul Goldschmidt reunion over? That's next, a lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
Rams and Seahawks, Andy. I don't understand how to be so aggressive. Instead of definitely going up 13-10, your play calls resulted in a quick punt, so quick that Seattle actually gets the ball back, goes down the field and takes a lead, and then they get the jump on you in the second half with that fumbled punt. And that was a huge mistake by the Rams. But I'm going to go back to how they mismanaged that at halftime.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
The other day, I couldn't find my belt, and my wife found my belt, and as she brought it to me, she said, "Where would you be without me?" And I wanted to say, exactly here without the belt. In fact, I would have the belt because I would know exactly where it was in yesterday's pants on the floor. But now, we're not allowed to leave yesterday's pants on the floor, so I need a National Treasure-style map to find my one lousy belt.
Seth Meyers, live on stage, Saturday, March 14th, Talking Stick Resort. Tickets are on sale now at TalkingStickResort.com.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh, my gosh. You'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Helzberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe he remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Helzberg. Shop in store or at Helzberg.com.
Right now at Del Taco, you can get 2 grilled chicken tacos for just $3. You hear that? That's the real sizzle of a real grill. At Del Taco, we freshly grill our marinated chicken right here in our kitchens. Not some factory far, far away. It's what makes our grilled chicken tacos a top seller for over 30 years. So come get 2 grilled chicken tacos, made to order for only $3. A real good deal we can all use right now. Only at Del Taco. Del, yeah. Price and participation may vary.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger, in my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month, and I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Every day begins with the promise of something new. A new perspective, a fresh start. At Banner Health, right here, right now, we're pioneering new ways to treat cancer with our own immune systems. We're among the first to treat Parkinson's with the patient's own cells. And we're a world leader in artificial heart implantation, all while training over 1,300 doctors every year. Impressive, right? It's just another banner day. Banner Health.
Grand opening at Acclaim at 99th Avenue in Thomas, where your Fulton home is more within reach than ever. This is modern living in the heart of the West Valley. Fulton Homes. You're proud to own. We're proud to build. For 50 years.
Should have been on the All-Star team instead of LeBron. Now, I hope it's LeBron's last year if they're going to give him this spot. But the Clippers are hosting the All-Star game without any All-Stars. And Kawhi, who's played more games than LeBron this year and has better numbers this year, should have been named to the All-Star team.
Weekdays, 7 to 10 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Putting the finishing touches on my list that we're going to have to close up hour number 1 of the program are top 5 big game Super Bowl moments.
You know what I think the issue is here?
Okay.
Are these personal moments?
So I will tell you, my list is moments that I've seen. I am not including great moments that I've only seen highlights of.
I love that.
They have to be moments that I was alive for and watching the Super Bowl.
Perfect. That's
So
going to change my life.
It is a very modern list for me, just to say that out front. I don't think I have anything from older than like 2010.
Oh, really? I still do, I think.
I when you hear my list, I think you're going to be okay. And I've got the tradition.
Let me ask you this.
I've got the top 5 and the 3 HMs.
What is your first Super Bowl you remember?
The first Super Bowl I remember. That I remember like watching?
Yeah, like do you remember where you were? You remember watching like
I don't have a great memory, so this is going to be tough for me.
See, I'm a steel trap. Memory is my kind of thing.
What does that mean?
I'm very weird. You could ask me this week what my plans were. Couldn't commit that to memory.
Oh, no,
Within 2 months, outside of 2 months, like if you asked me to remember, like, oh my gosh, do you remember what you're doing for Super Bowl X? I'd be like, yeah, we were here.
I have a pretty good like memory. Like if you ask me where somebody went to college or you ask me like, hey, where did this guy play?
Yeah.
I can do that. I need to look at a list. I'm going to look at a list if that's okay with you. Is it okay with you if I look at a list of the Super Bowls to try to see when this is? We're supposed to do this in the next segment, but I'll do it now. And I mean, apparently I can't get a list here. Okay, now I've got a list. It's going to have to be, I was born in 94, so it's not going to be that one. I think the first one I remember is 2005. Which I apologize. Patriots beat the Eagles.
Okay.
That's probably the first. McNabb.
Yeah.
T.O. on one leg.
Mine is the Cardinals one. I also apologize.
Which is in 2009. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, yeah, because there's a run there in 2006. It's Big Ben winning. 2007, it's Manning winning.
Yeah.
2008 is the Giants stopping the undefeated season, right? And that's, David Tyree. The Steelers beat the Cardinals. You start to get into a stretch here.
I mean, that's what? I mean, so what was before? You have Roethlisberger get his first. That game was bad.
21-10 was the final.
And then what's the next one?
The next one is the Colts beat the Bears 29-17.
Yeah, that's not a great game either. But those back-to-back are great.
Yeah, and before beating the Eagles, it's the Patriots beating the Panthers and Jake Delhomme. I kind of remember that one.
Can I say something? If you haven't gone back and watched that game, what a tremendous game.
Just continuing your love for the Carolina Panthers, right?
Yeah, kickers. Kickers are the worst.
Is a Paul Goldschmidt reunion now off the table? Because the Diamondbacks have reportedly made a move. They have added themselves a first baseman, Carlos Santana, coming here. And the Diamondbacks are getting the third best defensive first baseman in the league last year. That's what Carlos Santana was. The third best defensive first baseman. Switch hitter, can hit from both sides of the plate, so it's kind of platoon neutral, so you can kind of just stick him out there every day. And I asked this question, honestly. Is a ball going to get through the infield if it's hit on the ground this year? Carlos Santana, Ketel Marte, Geraldo Perdomo, Nolan Arenado, with Gabby Moreno behind the plate. If a ball is hit on the ground, is it going to make it to the outfield? Mike Hazen and Torey Lovello are telling you we're going to be so better defensively. We're going to be probably one of the best defensive teams in the sport this year. Run prevention via the defense is going to be at a premium for this team. Because Carlos Santana, don't look at his numbers from last year offensively. Just don't do it. It's not going to be a good time. But you're getting an awesome defensive first baseman. And at both corner spots, very interesting that the Diamondbacks decided to do this. Both corner spots, at this stage of their careers, defense first guys. Nolan's not the hitter that he was a couple of years ago. Carlos Santana, I believe producer Evan said to me in the morning meeting, if we could find a time machine and go back to 2016, boy, the Diamondbacks would be getting a great offensive player in Carlos Santana. It's probably still good for 10 to 15 home runs. Maybe on a good year, he can get to 20. He doesn't strike out. He draws walks. He's a professional hitter, meaning he's just going to work good at bats. You allow Pavin Smith to go be a DH, not worry about his defense. Get a ton of ABs against righties as a DH. And I just don't see a spot for Paul Goldschmidt. What are you bringing him in here for? To be the right-handed side of a DH platoon? How many at-bats are you going to get? You're never going to take Carlos Santana out for defense, right? You didn't bring Carlos Santana here to not play first base. The defense is his best trait right now. So Carlos Santana is going to be your first baseman every day. So Paul Goldschmidt not going to play first base. Going to be the right-handed side of a DH platoon. How many at-bats is he going to get a week? 8? 9? And is that a role he really wants to sign up for? Is that really a good use of what limited resources the Diamondbacks have? So I think they're fine. I think they'll bring in somebody to be the right-handed side of a DH platoon that isn't Paul Goldschmidt, and Carlos Santana is going to go out there and play first base. And the Diamondbacks are going to be just elite defensively this year. Elite. Has Carlos Santana won a Gold Glove? Can you look this up for me? Has everybody on the infield won a Gold Glove? I'm almost positive everyone has.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine, just from a defensive metric standpoint, you would have to imagine. Yeah, he's got a Gold Glove. He's only has one.
So Carlos Santana, Gold Glove.
Which isn't that long ago. Actually, how about this? Came 2 years ago.
Ketel Marte doesn't have a Gold Glove, unfortunately.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a hard position to win a Gold Glove.
Perdomo doesn't have a Gold Glove.
Younger. Another hard position to win a Gold Glove at.
At shortstop, there's a lot of good ones. A lot of good.
I mean, like, you could give it to Lindor every year if you wanted to.
For sure.
Right? So, I mean, it's just hard to be better than Francisco Lindor at shortstop. And I think Perdomo is great. But Lindor hasn't won one, since he's been in New York.
No, he's not won a Gold Glove as a Met, no.
That's crazy.
But above average defensively at all these positions, elite in some cases, right? I mean, Carlos Santana was elite last year. He was the third best defensive first baseman in the sport by outs above average. Third best. That's what you're getting. You're getting Nolan Arenado, who's still a great defender over there at third base. Your up the middle defense with Marte and Perdomo is solid. Your ability to turn double plays is going to be electric. They're going to put on a show every single night, and that's one way to help keep games close. I still worry about how the bullpen is going to close out games and hold on to leads. But if you have a defense that can steal you some outs, that's going to help. It's going to help the Bird. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also join us on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. When we return, it's our first of 2 top 5 lists here today on the program. We start with our top 5 Super Bowl big game moments. We'll get to them next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
ASU women's basketball continues here on KDUS AM 1060. This Wednesday, join the Lady Sun Devils as they look to take on Oklahoma State. And Coach Molly Miller is more than ready to lead her team to another Big 12 Conference home win. Join Jeff Mudd on the call live. It's ASU versus Oklahoma State this Wednesday. Pregame at 6 p.m. and tip-off at 6:30 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Sometimes the great ones just keep getting greater. 7-time Grammy winner Gladys Knight has rolled out hit after hit over her illustrious career. Don't miss Gladys Knight Saturday, March 7th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. Brought to you by Danny Zalisco Presents.
Only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
What's better than a credit card with low interest? How about one with no interest? For a limited time, when you open a new America First Visa credit card, you'll enjoy 0% APR for the first 6 months. Transfer your balances from higher rate cards to your new America First card to consolidate debt and potentially save yourself a lot of money. That's 0 interest for 6 months. Interested? Then hurry to americafirst.com to apply today. Introductory variable annual percentage rate is subject to membership, eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Other limits and requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
NAU men's basketball continues right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lumberjacks as they hit the road to take on Idaho State. Coach Shane Burkhardt knows how to get results from his team and is ready to earn them another road win. Join Mitch Stroman on the call live. It's NAU versus Idaho State this Thursday night. Pregame at 6:30 p.m. and tip-off at 7 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
We've got one more day until the NBA trade deadline, a major move that I assume will be a part of buy or sell because we've got big game moments to get to. But the Washington Wizards are requiring Anthony Davis in what continues to be every single day a reminder of just how bad the Luka Doncic trade was.
Yeah.
So Anthony Davis going to go to the Wizards. It would take me the entire rest of the segment to try to explain what Dallas
they
is getting
got
back.
It's 5 draft picks and 8 players.
Yeah, so we'll get to that in buy or sell if that's okay with everybody. If that's all right.
We have a list.
We have a list to do. It works for me to use the football music today here on the program. Our top 5 big game Super Bowl moments. I've got the standard. I've got the 3 HMs. I've got the top 5. You tell me when you're ready, producer Adam.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first? You want to go first?
I can go first. Okay. You want me to do my HMs?
How many of the 8 do you think will have the same? I always like doing this first. I always like seeing if we think how much crossover.
I think we could have. Can I be honest with you? I think it's less than you think because you get a couple more years than me.
I think we're going to have at least half the list.
Crossover?
Not in the same spots. Maybe you have some as an HM, but I think 4 things that are going to be on your list are on my list.
Okay. My HMs. I couldn't decide on one of the 2 here on the last, so I have 4 HMs.
No. You have to get rid of one. Our lists are 5 and 3 HMs, always. You're not getting a big game exception to the rules. You have to get rid of one of these things.
Okay, fine. If it's personal moments, the Julio Jones catch along the right sideline is the greatest catch I have ever seen. It comes in a losing effort. It's the best catch in Super Bowl history. If they win the game, it's remembered forever. If you don't remember it, look it up. It is the one that I thought ended the 28-3 comeback. I thought when he caught it, game over. But then Kyle Shanahan worked his typical Super Bowl magic, his big game magic, and they ended up blowing the 28-3 lead. But it is the greatest catch in a Super Bowl loss of all time.
That's one of your HMs.
One of my HMs.
Not on my list.
My second HM, Jacoby Jones, 109-yard touchdown return on a kick return. One of the great moments of my life. That game, kind of a forgotten about Super Bowl. Another moment from that game will be on my top 5, but a very forgotten kind of moment. Rest in peace, Jacoby Jones, but what a great player, electrifying player. I liked that Ravens team a lot.
Not on my list.
I told you, we're not going to have much overlap.
We've got 6 more spots to find 4 overlap.
Yeah. And this one's not going to be on your list either, because, again, these are personal moments. Corey Clement's touchdown catch, one of the greatest stories
I've ever seen. You're going like B-side deep cuts here.
No,
which is fine. It's your list.
These are honorable mentions.
You can do what you want. It's fine.
Dude, I've had some of the biggest blowouts in Super Bowl history in my life.
True.
Like, what was I going to pick one from Super Bowl 50? The Von Miller strip sack. That's the only thing. Or 48, the safety to start the game. After that, the game was over. So those 2 are a wash. Last, Corey Clement touchdown in probably one of the greatest games ever played in Super Bowl history. I think Super Bowl 51 extremely overrated. It's the second half is just a team collapsing. but a back and forth game between the Eagles and the Patriots, maybe the best game Brady has ever played. He lost. I would sit here and argue the two best Super Bowls Brady ever played were both losses, but that's crazy. Corey Clement's touchdown, perfect throw, the adjustment in triple coverage. Yeah, that's my that's my 3 HMs.
My HMs. Philly special.
That has to be higher.
No.
Yeah, we have an overlap.
No, I can't. Of course that was going to be on your list. I knew we were going to have that one at least. We got one. It's one of the greatest trick plays ever run in a Super Bowl. Big game. Just because of the moment. And
4th and 1.
It's 4th and 1. The clip that came out afterwards, because they're mic'd up, of Nick Foles being the one to suggest it, and to Doug Peterson being like, all right, let's do it.
It does make it so much. That clip makes the play so much better.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a great moment. But in the moment, it's great because for so many people, even though that they had lost at that point to the Giants twice, the Patriots in the Super Bowl were the boogeyman.
The big bad, yeah.
You just don't beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Again, I know that we have the 2 Giants games, but in general, like when you see the Patriots in the Super Bowl, you get scared. Speaking of the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I have one of the catches higher up on the list, but I want to make sure it is on my list. The Mario Manningham catch.
Okay, this is crazy. It's this low. For me, it's way higher.
There's an argument that it's better than the David Tyree catch. I am not one of these people, but I could understand.
It's not a better catch. Here's what it is. It's the greatest throw in the history of the league.
It is a great throw. It is an excellent catch to keep the feet in bounds. I'm assuming on your list, so we can consider that a crossover. My third HM that I don't think you're going to have on your list. And by the way, we are up against it. We're going to have to go into the 2-minute drill here. How about the power outage between the 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens?
On my list.
Let's go. So we got my 3 HMs on your list.
We're going to hit 4.
We're getting 4. Just a weird moment, right? I wanted to include something weird.
We might have 5 here.
Okay, go ahead. Number 5. We got to do these
Number
quick.
5, the Superdome power outage caused the huge Niners comeback. They end up winning the game, or end up almost winning that game, end up losing late. Number 4 for me.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
It's 5-5-4-4.
Sorry, I thought we were hurrying.
Not going to be on your list because you have a vendetta against this person. The Saints onside kick. Number 5 for me.
Hank Baskett dropped it. Should have caught it. Number 4, Malcolm Butler's interception on the goal line.
Number 4?
Yes.
It's way higher up on my list.
Yeah, no chance.
Number 4 for me. He may be the greatest return man in the history of the sport. To do it in the Super Bowl is even better.
See, I don't remember this one.
Devin Hester returning the kickoff. Again, you don't kick the ball to Devin Hester. It's everybody who's watched the sport of football knows the lore of Devin Hester, and he did it in the biggest game that you ever play in to start the game. Number 4 for me, Devin Hester's opening kickoff return for a touchdown.
Number 3 for me is the Philly special.
Fair enough. Number 3 for me, it's an entire moment. It's an entire game. The 28-3 comeback. It's one of the greatest things you've ever seen in sports. 28-3 for me is number 3.
I that's a technicality. Didn't have that whole comeback. Didn't know that was allowed. Number 2, the Mario Manningham catch. It's the greatest throw in the history of the game. He layers it in, and it's perfect. Mario Manningham keeps 2 feet in, and they beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl.
I know that the Danny Amendola catch, is it the Danny Amendola
Julian
catch?
Edelman
The Julian
catch?
Edelman catch is considered.
It's great. It's not the best catch in that game.
It's no David Tyree.
No, it's not. It's not even close.
Pinning the ball to your helmet as Eli Manning is getting sacked to keep the ball pinned to your helmet as you're going to the ground. It's the greatest single catch I've seen in sports. It's incredible.
Again, that's like the Super Bowl before I remember.
Number 2, David
And
Tyree.
I don't remember it, but that is awesome. And my number 1, I assume this is your number 1, and we are sorry to our local listeners.
No.
Oh, that's not on your list.
Oh, I have Malcolm Butler interception number 1.
You mean to tell me you left this completely off your list?
Santonio Holmes?
Yeah.
I left it off the list. I respect the listeners of this program. Okay? I wasn't going to do that to them.
I just want to be very clear. He shouldn't have thrown it. Go back to that. They're down 3. He throws it into triple coverage. He should not have thrown it. It's the greatest throw and catch.
It's an HM to an HM for me. I wasn't going to do that to the listeners of the program, but it is a great moment. We got another list for you coming up in hour number 2 of the program, but when we come back, a little buy or sell, including our reaction to the Washington Wizards acquiring Anthony Davis. It's all coming up next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can change fast. That's when the attorneys at Sweet James step in. They help you understand your rights, connect you with medical care, and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. You don't pay anything unless your case is resolved successfully, and help is available 24 hours a day. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-900-0000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tech Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
My Chemical Romance. The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you. Your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. We'll take total care of you. First, come browse all the beautiful settings in our cases. Take your time and try on as many as you want. You'll know when you put your ring on. Your heart will skip a beat. Now, onto your center stone. We can look at different diamond shapes and sizes until we find the perfect match. Come visit us in store, because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
It's a new year, new deal at Superstar Car Wash. Kick off the year with 30% off for 3 months on an unlimited Super Protect membership. Wash more, worry less, and save big in the new year. Visit superstarcarwash.com for details. Superstar Car Wash, the car wash with superpower.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. We're into hour number 2 of the program here on the Wednesday edition. We got a lot to do here. We got another top 5 list coming up. We'll talk about what the Cardinals will do next. But before all of that, it's time for a little buy or sell. Hottest takes in the Valley. Right here. Producer Evan's got them for us. Do we start with the Washington Wizards trading their entire team for Anthony Davis?
Yeah, so let's start there. And I'll just give you the take, I guess, that I'm coming up with here on the fly now.
Okay.
The Luka Doncic trade may be the worst trade in history.
Yeah, we didn't need this to confirm it, but sure. Yes, after today, yeah.
It only does confirm.
So it's Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Wizards. Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks, and 3 second-round picks going back to Dallas. Did you get all that, everybody?
All going to Dallas. There's not a third team involved?
It's a great question by you.
In the NBA, they love a third team.
Also, your team just made a trade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jared
the
McCain.
Suns?
No, the 76ers. Jared McCain to the Thunder for a 2026 first-round pick and 3 second-round picks.
Interesting.
We got a lot.
McCain's been bad this year, I think.
We got a lot going on in the NBA right now.
I mean, they give up the NBA just like Jared McCain. They've had him for a year and a half. He had a great rookie year. Now they're giving up on him.
Well,
the Philadelphia 76ers trade guard McCain to the Oklahoma State Thunder for a 2026 Rockets first-round pick. Guess what? The Rockets are picking at the back of the draft.
I was just reporting the news. I wasn't.
And second-round picks are like a quarter.
Again, I was just reporting the news. I don't.
No, I'm not upset with you at all.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, just you get like a quarter for Jared McCain. The Cardinals, quote, won the press conference yesterday.
Yeah, bye. They won the press conference. Mike LaFleur came off like somebody who can be the adult in the room, came off as somebody who is going to be an innovative offensive mind, came across as somebody who is ready and well-equipped to be a head coach. Yeah. Winning the press conference doesn't mean anything, right? Nick Sirianni didn't win the press conference. Ben Johnson was biting kneecaps. I mean, those two teams found success. It doesn't mean anything, but it's good to have a positive day. It was nice for a change to feel good about the Arizona Cardinals yesterday.
Yeah, it was a positive Cardinals day. And how many times can you actually say that?
It doesn't.
In the last couple of years.
It doesn't change how bad last year was. It doesn't change that the overall direction of the franchise is very much up in the air. It doesn't change that there's a lot of work to do. But for a brief moment, right? Let's compare this to everyday life, right? Now, we love what we do, but there's probably somebody listening to this program who, for a phase, a chapter, a couple months in your life, like if you're a tax accountant right now, boy, these next 2 months are just brutal. Just brutal every day. Just doing taxes for people every single day, right? If you're an accountant, tough time. If you just have a good day, but you're able to go out and have a nice lunch, for just one brief moment, you forget about being a tax accountant during tax season. It doesn't change that all that stuff still is going to happen and you have to do it.
But you get a break.
Yesterday was a break. I don't know what it's going to lead to, but yesterday was a break.
Enjoy that moment. Savor the last couple of bites of your lunch.
Right.
Yesterday's press conference proved that the Cardinals had a good plan for their coach search all along.
Yes, I will buy. The Cardinals coaching search was well done.
And was it proved to you when they talked about the NFC West?
No, I thought
I thought a very important moment for kind of addressing the fans was, and certainly the listeners of our program, Mike LaFleur said they told him the decision was coming when it did. Right, like he knew the entire time, supposedly, that decision wasn't going to happen in that 2-day interview.
Right, and you know this because we were having the conversations all last week, and our regular listeners know this, but maybe we get a new audience every single day. We didn't have a problem with what the Cardinals did last week in wanting to talk to Clint Kubiak, and I've been from the get-go happy with this process. They had most of the names I wanted to see on the list. Yeah, I didn't like every name that they wanted to interview, but guess what? That's not how it works. And by the way, Michael Bidwell said this yesterday, and I forgot to mention it when we talked about the press conference in hour number 1. He mentioned that in talking to all of these different coaches, he got to get a peek into all the different organizations in the league and learn how other organizations are doing things. And he said, we're going to take that and learn from it. Again, unprompted, he shared that information yesterday that, hey, some of these interviews, yeah, they didn't end up getting hired, but they were valuable to us. Why do you think we wanted to talk to Matt Nagy or Arthur Smith? Hey, what are you guys doing in Kansas City? What are you guys doing in Pittsburgh? Like, yes, that's why you want to talk to these people. So, yeah, I'm on board. I had zero issue with this coaching search. I think it led to a really good result.
I think we both think, I think most of the listeners of this program think they got the right guy. They got one of the right guys.
Well, we won't know that, but yes, it feels that way today.
But just based off the hire, you feel good about it. Kyler Murray not being at yesterday's press conference proves he will not be the quarterback next year.
No, I'll sell this. That has nothing to do with it. I knew everybody was just going to want to take that and run with it yesterday when the list of players that were there for Mike LaFleur was released and Kyler Murray's name wasn't on the list. No, he talked to Kyler. I mean, Mike LaFleur said he talked to Kyler the day that he got the job. Sunday when he was offered the job, he said he talked to Kyler that day for a couple of minutes.
Correct.
So, no, the decision to move on from Kyler is one that I don't think is officially made just yet.
You don't think it's officially made?
No, I don't think they've made up their mind just yet.
Okay. The D-backs still need to add at least 2 arms to the rotation or the bullpen.
I mean, they're running out of time if they're going to. I'll buy this. They just need... I think their offense is fine. I think their defense is excellent. I think their rotation is okay. Their bullpen is going to give me nightmares. Until A.J. Puck and Justin Martinez are back, I think this bullpen is going to give us nightmares.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So, some more arms for the bullpen, please.
The United States will lead the Olympics in medal count.
I mean,
They're the second favorite.
Yeah, I'm not an Olympics expert.
Norway is, I believe, and I'll check that again, but earlier, Norway is the favorite. Medal total. Give me a second. No, okay, wait. So Norway minus 195 to lead in gold. USA plus 350. Germany plus 650. Canada plus 1700. Everybody else long shots.
I'll take the plus 350.
I think that's good value.
And you know me, I love a good field bet.
Love a good field bet. There's nobody who loves a field bet more than you.
No, I love it when you offer me one choice for the field. I love taking the field. Love it.
So you're going to take the field?
I'm going to take the field, yeah. I'm going to take the field.
Wow. That's sad. You hate to see somebody take the field on the Olympics.
Field. I got Germany. I got Norway. I got Canada. I feel good.
Really?
I feel good about my options.
Okay, here's the problem.
It means anti-sweating the United States in the Olympics just so I can prove this buy or sell correct.
I just think, honestly, we think about Canada, we think about the hockey and stuff, and curling, but that's only one medal.
Well, no, because there'll be
men's and women's
curling. So I have 2 medals right there.
But I'm
going to win the gold in hockey.
You don't know that yet.
I'm going to win the gold in hockey.
You don't know that yet.
Ryan Miller has ruined the Olympics for me in terms of ever thinking the U.S. is going to win.
Yeah, I mean it's sad. It's sad. Let's
and it's not his fault.
Let's see if I can find. I can't find for hockey you can't bet who can win the. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Canada plus 120, USA plus 210.
I don't know. I'll take the field. Take the field.
I don't blame you. I really don't. But I think that's sad.
When do the Olympics start?
Today. That's why I did that.
Really?
Yeah. Today's the 4th, so I believe we have. I say today. I believe it's technically tomorrow, but it's at midnight.
Let me look here. Is there a schedule for this? For full events coverage, visit Olympics.com. All right, I'll click on this. What do we got here? The Olympic Games don't start until tomorrow.
Yeah, technically. But
1 day, 23 hours, 46 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Are you sure?
You're going to tell me that the official Olympics.com website is lying to me?
Yeah,
that's what it says.
So. I'm sorry. I thought it was tonight at 4:10 a.m. But it's tomorrow.
We have nothing. We have. Wait a minute. There's curling going on right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Curling is live.
By the way, Canada up on the Czech Republic early in the mixed doubles. Let's go.
That's awesome.
That's huge for me.
Awesome.
Norway right now tied with Great Britain's not great, but we'll keep an eye on that. In the 6th end, it's 4-all.
By the way, Great Britain, the heavy favorite in that one.
In
curling.
Oh, the luge is on right now.
No way.
Do you think if I turn this TV on, I need somebody to give me an Olympic breakdown? When can I watch stuff on the Olympics.
I mean, this is awesome.
Olympics TV schedule. What's on right now? Here we go.
This is great stuff.
I can watch on Peacock right now the curling. Everybody, the entire second hour of the show is lost.
All we're going to be watching is curling.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Where's Team Canada? Let's go Team Canada, baby. Do I have my volume down? I don't want to get sued by the IOC. Okay,
is the Norway match on?
I can watch the Norway match. You think I should watch that one instead?
Well, if that one's tied, it looks like
that's a great point by you.
Canada running away with it?
Well, they weren't running away with it. It was 7-4. Oh, look at this. We're bowling stones, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The two most underrated sports in both sides of the Olympics, curling.
If you thought yesterday's
and I love fencing,
Mike LaFleur press conference reactions were bad, these curling reactions are going to be something. Oh, this is a bad throw. This is a bad throw by Norway. What are we doing?
All right, you ready for my last one?
No, I want to see how this I want to see where this stone goes because this looks terrible. Oh, never mind. It was excellent. Never mind. They knew exactly what they were doing. Bunch of professionals out here. Let's go, Team Norway. All right, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, we're rooting for Norway.
Well, I am because I have the field in the gold medals in Norway.
And they're the favorite.
And they're the favorite. So as much medals as they can win, the better.
Yeah, but this is I believe round robin tournament, so this is not going to help their gold medal case.
No, but we got to have a chance.
Yeah, that's very fair.
If we lose to Great Britain,
we don't have a chance.
We don't have a chance.
And that's very fair. James Harden will request a trade out of Cleveland.
Probably in the summertime he'll be on the move again. Yeah, be my guess.
He has now requested a trade out of. Are you ready? Houston, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and then the Clippers.
Kind of what he does, right?
Really getting good at it. Then you look at a guy like Giannis, clearly not as good.
Let's see. Maybe he'll have fun in Cleveland, playing with Donovan Mitchell
for a season. Thought that was a good trade for the Clippers to get Garland
and a pick.
Yeah,
you got a second-round pick out of the deal.
Yeah, not a bad deal. That's all I got for you.
There you have it. Jam-packed edition of Buy or Sell. Are we now in the phase of the year where we're going to get Olympic updates during the leftovers? I feel like we have to do some medal updates.
100%. We are going to be doing that. I don't know. It'll probably be more than once a week because obviously it's only a 2-week thing. So I'm thinking Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll be giving.
Why can't we do it every day?
Oh, we could just do it every day.
Just do it every day.
Yeah, we'll just do medal counts and what has finished that day. So I'll keep everybody updated on the Winter Olympics, best Olympics.
This dude throwing for Norway. This may be the best player in the sport. I mean, he's throwing darts. I mean, these are incredible.
You could live bet Norway at plus 175 2 minutes ago.
To win this matchup? I mean, this is incredible. I mean, this is fantastic. Is there a multi-view? Can I get multiple? I'm going to work on this during the break. When we come back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060, we've got the Cardinals. They got their new head coach. So what's next for them as a team? We'll talk about it next. It's the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. Let's be honest, nobody keeps New Year's resolutions. Gym memberships don't get used and diets fail. If you lost your firearm rights because of past convictions, here's a resolution you can keep. You've thought about this for years. Make it happen in 2026. You make the decision, Restore My Civil Rights does the work. This resolution will change your life. To book a free consultation today, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
9 Inch Nails. Live at Desert Diamond Arena, Friday, March 6th. Get tickets now at NIN.com. 9 Inch Nails. Live in Glendale, Peel It Back Tour 2026.
Doesn't it make you feel better?
Everything is priced to sell at Tim Hovic's Santan Ford. F-150s, Broncos, Mustangs, Explorers, SUVs, trucks, and EVs. If it's on the lot, it's priced to move. All month long during our President's Day event, everything is thousands off MSRP with simple, transparent pricing for everyone. No gimmicks, no games, no haggling, just straightforward deals. That's why more people choose Santan Ford, because our pricing will not be beat. Hurry in for the best selection during the President's Day event at Tim Hovic's Santan Ford. Online at santanford.com. Going on now. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
When is Kate getting here?
Should be any minute. She was on one of her Goodwill treasure hunts.
Treasure hunt? Oh, here she comes. And in an amazing new jacket.
Ready to rock, guys?
You definitely are.
Where'd you get that?
Don't you love it? I got it at Goodwill.
Kate got it at Goodwill. With hundreds of thousands of unique items arriving in-store daily, you can get it at Goodwill too. Find your convenient neighborhood location at goodwillaz.org. Nonprofit for good.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. It's been widely reported the NFL has opened its doors to the NCAA, offering guidance as college sports stumble deeper into the pro-style reality. If college athletics are going to look like a professional product, it might as well learn from the most profitable one on the planet. But there is an unavoidable irony here. The NFL, for all of its success, is hardly a model of harmony. Officiating controversies dominate headlines. Player safety remains an unsolved crisis, and in the league struggles with discipline, transparency, and public trust, and the idea of the NFL playing savior feels more complicated than comforting. Now, that doesn't mean the gesture is hollow. The NCAA desperately needs structure. The NFL can offer insights into contracts, governance, and guardrails that college sports never had before. Still, before pouring resources into fixing another product, the league may be wise to clean up its own before publicly handing out advice. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. You want the vibe of a drink, that warm, smooth little kick, but you also want to wake up tomorrow as a functioning adult. That's where RK comes in. ARKAY, Zero Proof. It's the world's first zero proof spirits brand. They've created the warm molecule. So it's a patented way to give you that familiar warmth and dopamine-driven feel-good moment you expect from a drink without a single drop of alcohol. For 14 years, they perfected more than 28 alcohol-free spirits, all 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 regrets. No hangovers, no bad decisions. It's the perfect time to enjoy the same flavors and traditions while staying true to what matters most, feeling good and living a full life. Whether you're hosting, toasting, or cheering on your favorite team, RK Zero Proof lets you celebrate without compromise. Join the revolution at rkzeroproof.com, rkzeroproof.com.
James Out West, your desert destination for sports here in the Valley.
Not surprised that the Cardinals aren't in. They fired their head coach. Kyler Murray's probably on his way out. It is what they like to call Black Monday. I'm kind of surprised by the Raheem Morris one in Atlanta. It's only been how long? Year? 2 years. So maybe that one. Pete Carroll gone. I told you from the jump when they hired Pete Carroll, I didn't like the hire. I think he's past his due. Let him go after year one. You might as well have kept the guy you had before and saved a bunch of money.
Every other Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060.
Well, we're going to talk about the Cardinals and what's next, but some major breaking news. And it's breaking news that I feel somewhat uniquely qualified to talk about here today on the program. Because the Cardinals have themselves a new offensive coordinator, and it was the name that was thrown out there late in the day yesterday. They are hiring Nathaniel Hackett to be their offensive coordinator. And just to show you how weird this all is, where did Mike LaFleur coach before he went to the Rams to be the OC, producer Evan? You know where that was?
The New York Football Jets.
He was the OC for the New York Jets, and he got fired from that job. Do you know who replaced him in New York as the OC?
Nathaniel Hackett.
So he just hired to be his OC. Now, LaFleur's calling plays, but the guy that he just hired to be his offensive coordinator is the guy who replaced him as the OC and is the reason why he got fired, because the Jets wanted to go out and pursue Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers wanted Hackett to come with him, and so the Jets kind of forced Robert Saleh to get rid of LaFleur. So, boy, Michael LaFleur doesn't hold a grudge. That's what I've learned. Because he has every reason to say, I'm not working with Nathaniel Hackett, and he brings him in. Now, I don't know. This is a lukewarm hire, to be honest with you. For me, Hackett was atrocious as the offensive coordinator for the Jets, as the play caller. He was awful as the head coach of Denver. He's only really been good with Rodgers in Green Bay, and he wasn't calling the plays every single year there. Now, maybe he's a great installer of an offense, and with LaFleur calling plays, it's going to be fine. But I said that the OC hire would be really important. Not as important as who you got as the DC, but it was really important. I don't love this. I personally don't love this. This worries me just a little bit. Because I want to look up Hackett's offenses over his tenure. Now, his Jets offenses were just brutal. And they were just not very good. And the thing that everybody would point to is the work that he did with Rodgers in Green Bay. As I pull this up, producer Evan, anything that I'm off base with here, or do you?
My immediate reaction is kind of why. This feels like a quick hire. And I know, listen, we haven't talked about it, but we have in the morning meeting. I don't know how much you have guys in mind when you take a job. Like when he finished his 2-day interview, he probably already started thinking about his staff. Where I don't have as much concern is knowing that Mike LaFleur is the play caller. But remember, Hackett has worked in Green Bay with his brother.
That was what I was just going to say.
So keep that in mind.
Right. And so was there a recommendation there from Matt?
The team he had success on was his brother's offense.
Sure. And this is Nathaniel Hackett's offenses in points per game rankings. 22nd in his first year in Buffalo, 18th in Buffalo. Then he went to Jacksonville and was the DC for 3 years. 25th, 5th, and 31st in points per game. That 2017 year, that was the year that Blake Bortles turned into an MVP candidate. He was just incredible. And 2019 with the Packers, 18th in points per game, then 5th in points per game in 2020, 10th in 2021. So 2 top 10 offenses with Rodgers, with LaFleur. And then he went to Denver to be the OC for 1 year. They were 21st in point per game. And then with the Jets for 2 years, 29th in points per game and 24th in points per game. So his last 3 years as a coordinator / head coach, he was 32nd in points per game with Denver, 29th with the Jets, and then 24th with the Jets. Now, he's not calling plays. He's just installing the offense. And when he was the guy installing the offense as the offensive coordinator in 2020 and 2021 with Matt LaFleur, 1st and 10th in points per game, 5th and 10th in yards per game. So pretty good. He's somebody who has head coach experience, albeit not great. I'm lukewarm on this. I can see the positives. I can see the reason why Matt LaFleur might have told his brother, hey, this is a good person to have as your right-hand man for your offense. He was for me. And I'm sure that recommendation definitely played a role in Mike making this decision.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's important to note here is he has been a head coach before, and you touched on that. I thought they were going to go with somebody who had head coach experience, albeit this is a name that I really didn't have on my list, or didn't really see coming. But I don't hate it. And the more we're talking about it, I don't hate it.
You want me to tell you what I'm already seeing on social media?
What's that?
You want to try to take a guess?
Rodgers.
That's what people are starting to say.
You knew that was going to happen.
Well, you brought Hackett, who Rodgers says is his best friend.
You need a lot of help from the offensive line.
Well, that's what we were going to talk about here. What's next for the Arizona Cardinals? And I have in all caps on my rundown here, build an offensive line. Yeah. Because they need at least 3 starters along that offensive line. At least 3.
If not more.
I don't know, man. It was just so bad for Hackett in New York with Rodgers. Now, that first year, Rodgers gets hurt 4 plays in, so you never really know. But that second year, Rodgers was healthy. And they didn't really do a whole lot. Yeah. And LaFleur's the one calling plays, not Hackett. In Denver, he was so bad. He looked like a deer in headlights. He looked lost as a head coach.
It was really bad.
Like, he looked like underprepared. He looked just confused. And so is that really the person that you want as your right-hand man? So I wonder about Rodgers and all of this, like people are pointing out on social media. And I wonder, did Matt suggest this to his brother?
You'd have to imagine.
Did Matt say, hey, when I call plays in Green Bay, this was my guy and he's great?
Yeah.
I feel a little better about it because Hackett's not going to call plays.
That's the other thing to remember, too, is he called plays in New York. I believe he called plays as the head coach in Denver, correct?
Yeah, with Russ.
Yeah. And, let's not look at it and say, I know the Cardinals don't have a quarterback. I get that. But we are talking about a guy who has called plays now for Zach Wilson. In the second year, I get it, Rodgers was healthy, but a 39-year-old Rodgers?
No, he was 41, I believe. 41 that second season.
So it's a 41-year-old Rodgers. It's a what? A Russell Wilson who just couldn't get it together and hasn't been good on any team he's played on since.
And Code over on YouTube says the NFL coaching fraternity, once you're in, you are in. And I do find it interesting that Mike LaFleur is bringing in the guy who replaced him in New York.
Yeah.
The reason why he was fired was because they wanted to bring in Rodgers, and Rodgers wanted Hackett to come with him.
That's what's so interesting about it.
And so maybe Hackett is great as a practice coach, as a installer of an offense, coming up with a game plan, but when it comes to calling plays and designing scheme, leave that to LaFleur. And again, you just have to wonder, I'm going to keep saying it, the Matt LaFleur influence on all of this. Because he was in Green Bay with LaFleur, right?
Yeah.
They had crossover. When did LaFleur get to Green Bay?
Matt LaFleur took the job.
He took the job in 2019. Hackett was there I just had Hackett's information up here. I can go back to that tab. He was there in 19, 20, and 21. He was there for the first three seasons that LaFleur was there. They went 13-3, 13-3, 13-4. And so I wonder, could you see the conversation going this way? Hey, little brother Mike, when I took my first head coaching job, when I went from being an offensive coordinator to being a head coach, do you know who helped me tremendously to get off to a 39-10 start as a coach? Nathaniel Hackett. Do you know who helped me have 3 straight 13-win seasons? A playoff win my first 2 years? Nathaniel Hackett.
But you come into that with Rodgers.
I understand, but I'm just trying to kind of role play a conversation that could have plausibly happened here. And why this recommendation probably happened and why this isn't completely out of nowhere that this occurred. Now, again, Hackett calling plays would be awful. So LaFleur calling plays is kind of a guardrail to all of this. Maybe it means Rodgers. I don't know if I would love that. I don't love that.
It might mean Rodgers.
You know what? Don't reinvent the wheel here on this program. I don't like the play. I'm just going to be honest. I don't love this.
Yeah, it's a very different feeling than we had 3 segments ago.
This isn't the coordinator with head coaching experience that I was looking for.
No. We've said on this program, there is good experience and there is bad experience. There's experience you can learn from, and there's bad experience.
Now,
I don't know what this is.
Do I think there is protection in this because LaFleur, it's going to be LaFleur's offense? He's going to call plays. We know the influence that his brothers had on him as a coach, and we know what Hackett did with another LaFleur. Does that allow me to spin a positive story here? Sure, absolutely. But this is not the coordinator with head coaching experience that I was looking for. And if you are to believe the rumor mill, Wink Martindale is a major candidate here for the DC job. He doesn't come with head coaching experience. So that's the council of elders that Mike LaFleur is going to build. I don't know if I would love that.
Certainly would.
Wink's defenses with the Giants at the end there were a little rough. Loves to blitz, loves to pressure. So what's next for the Cardinals? Get a DC and build an offensive line if you're going to have Nathaniel Hackett as your offensive coordinator. You're going to need an offensive line anyway. So the Cardinals have got themselves an OC. I'm kind of mixed on it. I see why it happened. I can understand it, and I can kind of respect it. Those last 3 years, the 2 years in New York and the head coach year in Denver are just – because take that away for just a second, right? The good year with Bortles in Jacksonville. The years with Rodgers in Green Bay. With Matt LaFleur calling plays. You can kind of be like, oh, I see. I can understand this. The recency bias of what those last 3 years were really kind of soured this for me.
It's hard to be that – feel like that in today's NFL, he just hasn't been great.
He has not been great in the last couple of years. And again, maybe having LaFleur call the plays is the protection and all this. And Hackett's going to be just a right-hand man, the assistant to the head coach, basically. And that role is perfect for Hackett. Maybe that's what he needs to be, just like he was in Green Bay. And maybe that is good for them. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us. Hey, download the free KDUS AM 1060 app. You can listen for your chance to win 2 tickets to the MLB Players Trust Playmakers Classic. And oh, by the way, got to give away some tickets here. Remind me to do that before I go to break here. Your chance to win 2 tickets to the MLB Players Trust Playmakers Classic, Warehouse 215, Wednesday, February 18th. 30 years of impact at the Playmakers Classic 2026, 3 hours of nonstop experiences and excitement. We've got your chance to win 2 tickets to the MLB Players Trust Playmakers Classic for listening on the KDUS AM 1060 app. Okay, Phoenix Open starts tomorrow. Producer Evan will make some picks here at the end of the program. But before that, I want to hook one of you up with a pair of tickets to tomorrow at the Open. So how about this? Caller number 5, 480-864-1060. You're going to get a pair of tickets to go out to the Waste Management Phoenix Open tomorrow. So you got to have tomorrow available. You got to be wanting to go tomorrow. We got a pair of tickets, GA tickets tomorrow to the Waste Management Phoenix Open for caller number 5, 480-864-1060. When we come back, another top 5 list, our top 5 big game party foods. We'll get to that next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
It's John Holmberg here from the Morning Sickness to tell you about the Core Institute. People who met me found out that I've had 4 major operations in the last 4 years. They're blown away. I've had both shoulders replaced and both hips replaced because I was an absolute disaster. Before my surgeries, I was in pain all of the time. I was really struggling to do the things I absolutely loved. I was depressed and it was getting worse every day. When that was going on, people were saying, you shouldn't box anymore. Stop with the mountain biking. You're making everything worse. Everyone and everything was saying, John, you should quit. Everyone except my team at the Core Institute. Not only did they tell me quitting was not an option, they reminded me that the things I enjoyed wasn't what was hurting me. It was the stuff that was going on in my body that I could fix. Now, no one knows I've had any issues. People who hear multiple surgeries assume they'll never be the same again. It's just not true. I'm better than I've been in 20 years. Stop quitting the things you love and get back to being the pain-free you love. TheCoreInstitute.com.
A night you don't want to miss. Event Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. North America Tour 2026. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. August 27th. Event Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. An epic night of music. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Event Sevenfold and Good Charlotte, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Rev up the romance this February at Casino Arizona with your chance to win a 2026 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Earn entries all February long and join us for weekly drawings every Wednesday where you could win your share of cash and prizes, plus entries into the grand prize drawing. Then on February 25th, 6 lucky winners will be taking home up to $10,000 or the keys to a 2026 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Don't miss your chance. Details at CasinoArizona.com. Casino Arizona. Uniquely Arizona. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Here to remind you that Valentine's Day is Saturday, February the 14th. It's the most romantic day of the year to give and get fine jewelry. We have expertly crafted gifts for every type of sweetheart, any style, any budget. Get creative and design a custom necklace with meaningful charms, including 14-karat gold letters, engravable hearts, and birthstones. For the one, we'll help you propose with a dream engagement ring. Come see our wide selection of hand-picked natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes, in stock and ready to compare side by side. At Shane Company, love is always in the air with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty, everyday competitive prices, and no-pressure shopping experience. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
Rams and Seahawks, Andy. I don't understand how to be so aggressive. Instead of definitely going up 13-10, your play calls resulted in a quick punt, so quick that Seattle actually gets the ball back, goes down the field and takes a lead, and then they get to jump on you in the second half with that fumbled punt. And that was a huge mistake by the Rams. But I'm going to go back to how they mismanaged that at halftime.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
A pair of lists here today on the program. In hour number one, we did our top 5 big game Super Bowl moments. But I think the more important of the 2 lists we're going to do today, top 5 big game party foods. And I'm leaning into the appetizer space, just to make it clear.
I got to tell you, I'm all over the map here.
I've got all apps. You can keep your pizza to yourself. I'm here for the sides.
I got to tell you, pizza's on my list.
Nah.
I wouldn't call it high though.
Didn't make the cut.
Like it's not up there for me.
Didn't make the cut.
Didn't make the cut at all.
No, I'm not.
I got a huge question for you. What do you consider an app?
Luckily, we're going to have a full list to figure it out here. Right?
We are.
You're going to know.
Listen. I started the last one. I think you gotta kick us off here. Luckily, I know who started the last one because it was 3 segments.
That's a good point. I have 2 of my 3 HMs locked in. I'm debating a couple of things.
Oh no.
Again, 2 of my HMs, I'm locked, ready to go, unconcerned.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you have any desserts?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Good.
Absolutely not.
Good.
There's no time for dessert with all this food that I have on the menu.
I think that's the right pick.
I'm going to do it. It's going to be unpopular, but I'm going to do it. HM number 1. It really depends on what type of cheese you serve it with, okay? And that's why it's an HM, because at some places, if you don't have the right cheese to go along with it, they're not good. You can have the best version of this in the world, but if the dipping sauce is not up to par, it's going to ruin the whole experience. So the volatility of it makes it an HM. I've got pretzel bites as an HM.
It's such a little higher on my list. Such a good pick.
I want to put it higher, but sometimes where people get the pretzel bites, the beer cheese or the pub cheese that comes with it, it's not up to par. And then you know what? I'd rather I can't have all the carbs in the world.
So underrated for me is the honey mustard.
You have a good honey mustard, that works too.
Yeah.
But it's just so volatile. So I have pretzel bites as an HM. I've got meatballs as an HM.
That is also on my HMs. Like the barbecue meatballs, you get a little toothpick.
Right, a little toothpick. They're tiny. What a great snack.
Yeah.
And then I have a third one. I don't know how many people do this. I tend to do it. Just some good old fashioned, throw them in the oven, French fries.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So my HMs, pretzel bites, meatballs, and French fries. The French fries were the ones I was debating on. Pretzel bites and meatballs were locks.
Why were you debating on those?
How many people have French fries at their Super Bowl party?
Okay, then I think you're going to hate one of my HMs.
Right. Love that.
Okay. I'll start. And 2 of mine are going to be controversial.
As controversial as the ending of this.
This is a crazy match.
Norway game that we're
this
playing?
is a crazy match. Okay, my HMs, meatballs. I'll start there because you had them. The meatballs. I love the barbecue meatballs. You dip them in with a little toothpick. I think that's always a great addition. My second HM, I like a veggie tray.
Oh, this is. Please. If you're listening to this program, however you're listening to us,
walk by, grab a carrot.
KDUS AM 1060, the free KDUS AM 1060 app. You're streaming us on KDUS1060.com. Maybe you're listening back to the podcast. You're enjoying this on YouTube, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. Subscribe. Can we all shame producer Evan for putting a healthy snack on his list? It's the Super Bowl. It's the big game. Health and wellness go out the window.
I don't think anything about the veggie tray is healthy.
For 3
you dip
or
in
4
ranch
hours,
or blue cheese.
For 3 to 4 hours, you forget about what day of the week it is. You forget about that diet that you're on. You just sit there and you eat to your heart's content.
And listen, I know you wanted to add a hot dog, but given what we have on the Super Bowl, you didn't want to add that.
How about this? There's a hot dog dish on my list.
Wow. Pigs in a blanket, not a bad item.
But you're out here suggesting that I should have a veggie tray at my Super Bowl party. If I walk into a Super Bowl party and there's a veggie tray out, I'm leaving. I'm out.
Veggie tray solid.
No.
Okay. I got to tell you, I think Norway's playing way too passive.
It's not going well for us. They're going to lose this end. We're going to have a
because if they're down, this could be a 2-point end and down 3.
They were down 7-4. They just made up 2 points.
I know, and now we're going to have to. We're just going to need some big stone tosses. They only got 1 stone left. This is going poorly.
Yeah.
My third HM, onion rings.
Oh, that's a good one.
Onion rings are a good item.
That's good. Number 5 for me. How about a slider?
Higher on my list.
Fair enough.
A great item.
Fair enough. But like a slider is just so. I have a buddy who normally every year has a Super Bowl party, and he creates 2 sets of sliders that are themed after the city of the teams playing in the Super Bowl.
Oh, I love that.
So he's done Philly cheesesteak sliders, Kansas City barbecue sliders, and he's done that.
So can I ask a question?
A lot of Kansas City barbecue sliders over the last couple of years.
A lot of Kansas City barbecue. What is New England's? Is it a crab cake slider?
No, he did not.
Oh,
he did not.
that could be good.
I don't think that's what he did. I don't remember though. So a slider.
And then what do you do for Seattle? Fish? The fish slider?
Could be.
I'm having some fun with just thinking about what these sliders.
So again, the versatility of a slider makes it number 5 for me on the list.
No, I agree. Number 5 for me, pretzel bites. One that you listed. Beer cheese is important, but a good pretzel bite, well done, something you can go back to, keep snacking on. I love a good pretzel bite.
Number 4, listen, this is old reliable. It's at every party, big game or not, that you go to. Now, there's, just like with the pretzel bites, there's a lot of volatility here. But I've got good old-fashioned chips and salsa.
Oh, okay, we're very similar here. My number 4, nachos.
Yeah, you gotta have chips and dip.
Yeah,
I'm not a onion dip guy or a spinach artichoke dip guy.
I like a spinach artichoke. The onion dip, whatever. No. A spinach artichoke dip does it for me.
You give me a good spicy salsa. Oh, I'm there. Sign me up. Give me the heat. My number 3.
Terrible toss by Norway.
Yeah, it was a bad end for us. I got pigs in a blanket, number 3.
It's a good one.
It's taking a regular run-of-the-mill food and a hot dog and turning it into a delectable appetizer. I can pop 12 of those things.
It's a good item.
I may have to do that if I lose the bet. That may have to be what I do. Eat 3 hot dogs as I make pigs in a blanket. That's my number 3.
My number 3, sliders. Like you said, so just you can do anything with a slider.
The versatility of a slider.
The versatility is incredible.
It could be a burger. To your point, it could be a fish
burger,
slider.
You could do like a pulled pork slider. You could do
a sloppy Joe slider.
You could do a sloppy Joe slider. You could do like a ham and cheese slider on a King's Hawaiian. You ever see those people that cut it up? Maybe you make this slider a garlic bread slider.
All sorts of options.
You have so many options.
Speaking of options, I got wings at number 2.
Yeah, same.
Wings are great.
Wings are great.
And you could serve them plain with dipping sauces. You could serve them tossed in sauce. You can do a honey barbecue. You can do a buffalo. You can do a super hot.
You could fry them. You could grill them.
Right.
You have so many options with the wings, and I'm with you. They have to be number 2. Your options with wings are endless. I do have to say something. Can I tell you something? I love the idea of wings always. After I order them, I'm like, hate the process.
It's a little messy. It's a little messy. Yeah, a little messy. My number 1. I got buffalo chicken dip. Number 1.
It is the number 1 food. It's not even close. The gap from buffalo chicken dip to the next item is wide.
I get just on a regular basis at home, I get the Walmart buffalo chicken dip, and I go through that container in like 2 days.
Yeah.
It does not take me much. But if you do a homemade buffalo chicken dip, oh my goodness, I can eat the whole thing by myself.
It's really, really big.
So the only problem I have with what you did was the veggie tray. But other than that, what a great list by you.
The veggie, I just like the veggie. For me, it's a staple.
Oh, we've got something going on here at the end of this Norway, Great Britain end. We're debating on who gets a point.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. And maybe this is a recap. Again, I'm doing this without sound, so I have no idea.
This second one is crazy. We missed this one.
We didn't realize curling was on when this all started. When we come back, we wrap up today's edition of the Lunch Break. We've got all the stories we didn't get to here today on the program. Maybe an update on what's going on at the Olympics. All of it coming up next. It's the Lunch Break. KDUS AM 1060.
Should have been on the All-Star team instead of LeBron. Now, I hope it's LeBron's last year if they're going to give him this spot. But the Clippers are hosting the All-Star game without any All-Stars. And Kawhi, who's played more games than LeBron this year and has better numbers this year, should have been named to the All-Star team.
Weekdays, 7 to 10 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2026 WM Phoenix Open, February 2nd through the 8th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
This Valentine's Day, fall in love with big giveaways at Ponco's grand opening celebration. Join me, the Shanman, and 98 KUPD at Ponco Cave Creek Saturday, February 14th. The grand opening runs from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., and I'll be there from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. near Cave Creek Road and the 101. Score hourly giveaways including diamond jewelry and firearms, plus huge in-store deals, fast loans, and top dollar for items you want to sell. Bring the whole family for food trucks, music, and fun all day long. Don't miss Ponco's Valentine's Day grand opening. Details at azponco.com.
The Marshall Tucker Band. Get ready for a night of legendary Southern rock and sing along to all the classics. The Marshall Tucker Band with special guest Firefall, bringing their timeless hits. February 28th at the Celebrity Theater. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. The Marshall Tucker Band and Firefall, brought to you by Danny Salisco Presents.
What would you do if you could multiply your cash? Would you multiply your vacations? Multiply your relaxation? Or multiply your celebrations? With multiplier scratchers from the Arizona Lottery, you can multiply all the good things like vacations, relaxation, and celebrations. Play multiplier scratchers for over $270 million in prizes and multiply your fun. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
ASU women's basketball continues here on KDUS AM 1060. This Wednesday, join the Lady Sun Devils as they look to take on Oklahoma State. Head coach Molly Miller is more than ready to lead her team to another Big 12 conference home win. Join Jeff Mudd on the call live. It's ASU versus Oklahoma State this Wednesday. Pregame at 6 p.m. and tip-off at 6:30 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Wrapping up the Wednesday edition of the Lunch Break here on KDUS AM 1060. Hey, we got a race today. The cookout at the clash at Bowman Gray.
I was so confused there for a second. We do have a race today.
It was supposed to happen on Sunday. Then it was supposed to happen on Monday. Now it's going to happen today because of the weather that came through the North Carolina area. The race is today at 2 o'clock. You can listen to that over on 1440 KAZG, or you can listen to it. The Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray, 2 o'clock on KAZG 1440, but you can also listen to it inside the KDUS AM 1060 app. So when you open the app, you'll see underneath the main player something that says the secondary sports stream. It will have the NASCAR logo right there. You click on that, the player will allow you to listen to it right there. And then later on tonight, 6 o'clock pregame, 6:30 tip. ASU women's basketball, they'll take on Oklahoma State. You can listen to that right here on KDUS AM 1060. All right, what do we have in the leftovers today, Producer Evan, other than our big L that we took with Norway losing to Great Britain in the
no medals yet given out, but Canada got a win. They beat who did they beat? They beat somebody. Czech. They beat the Czech. Great Britain got a win over Norway. And this is, by the way, this is mixed doubles curling. Typically, there's 10 sets in curling. In mixed doubles, there's only 8. So that's why we got the loss there on what feels like a technicality.
Yeah, I mean, just not a great start for us in the Olympics.
Okay, my picks.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I don't have music for this.
No, we do not.
I wish I had golf picks music for you, but I don't have that.
My picks. I only do the 4 majors and locally our major here.
You know, the unofficial 5th major of
the unofficial 5th major of golf. And in the 5th major, I will start with 2 guys that I think to finish in the top 10. And we'll start with Victor Hovland. I like Victor Hovland to finish in the top 10. You can get him at plus 285. And it's going to be a big year for Javi. And I think it starts here at the Waste Management Open.
I liked Victor Hovland coming out of Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
A couple years ago when he was a rookie. I was impressed by him. Hasn't really...
It's been a lot of roller coaster.
Yeah, he hasn't really ascended to being that, perennial top 10 golfer, but he has his moments where he looks excellent.
But I've read a lot that he's worked on his swing here in the offseason. So I'm going to go with Javi, start his year off with a top 10 finish. That's kind of a light appetizer to what we really have going here.
Okay.
Listen, and then I know what you're thinking. You started with the veggie tray and Victor Hovland. You want to move on to the onion rings.
That's offensive to Victor Hovland.
Welcome back to the PGA Tour, Brooks Koepka.
Wow, a Brooks bet here today on the program.
A top 10 finish for Brooks Koepka at the Waste Management Open, a place he has won before, and of course he's come to love in his time as a PGA Tour member. He's always played pretty well here. You can get him at a top 10 finish. Oh, by the way, all of this is including ties. You can get him at a top 10 finish plus 305. I love the value there.
Okay, is that it? Is that all you have for us?
No. I got 2 more.
Please, then go right ahead.
And a top 5 finisher. Hideki Matsuyama is going to have a big year.
Wow.
Big year, and I think it starts here. This is a guy who's always been in the mix, always in a top 10 finisher. He's played well here historically. And so I really actually believe that Hideki Matsuyama finishes in the top 5. I don't hate a sprinkle on him to win at plus 2,500. Love him in the top 5 at plus 425. And my winner pick, frankly, because let me say this. Scottie Scheffler is plus 220 to win this tournament. The next closest golfer is Xander Schauffele at plus 1850 on DraftKings. That is insane. They are offering bets for players to win without Scottie Scheffler. So I can't pick Scottie. That feels wrong.
So you're picking somebody else.
So I'm picking somebody else. I'm going to pick Xander Schauffele at plus 1850. This is a guy who just needs to break through. And I think he starts to break through here. He's going to have a big year this year.
John wants us to pick a race winner. So since you did the golf picks, I'll do the race picks.
I was going to say, I don't know anything about racing.
I'll go Kyle Larson for today.
Kyle Larson. Let's see do you want his odds?
If you can pull those up quickly enough for me, yes.
Yes, yeah. And that is, what is the race called?
It's NASCAR, and then it is called the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray.
We have so many options here with the Winter Olympics that you just got to go down so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to tell me because I'm just sitting here. I made my pick already.
Yeah, no, I know
you're just going to tell me what the odds are.
Yes, that's true.
That's all I'm looking for here. Now you're kind of up against it because you have like 90 seconds to figure this out.
Oh my gosh, can I be honest with you? I didn't really realize how. And you picked.
Time flies when you're having fun. I took Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson plus 1,200. Plus 1,200 to win, plus 350 to be a top 3 finisher. Ryan Blaney,
the favorite?
Plus 900 is the favorite. William Byron at plus 1,000. Joey Logano plus 1,000. Denny Hamlin at plus 1,100. Kyle Larson at plus 1,200. Great value there. Chris loves him.
Thank you.
Chris says that's the guy who's going to win this one.
I was between Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin, but I went with Hamlin because he's had some of the fastest laps during practice. So
Larson or Hamlin?
Larson. That's why we went with him.
Okay.
So
nice. I feel good about that.
I'll take the plus 1,200, and you can listen to that in the free KDUS AM 1060 app, or you can listen to it over on KZG 1440. John's taking Chase Elliott. John's our big NASCAR guy over there on the YouTube side of things.
John's going to take Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott plus 1,600, John. Plus 450 to be a top 3 finisher.
So he's going with more of a long shot than I am.
Correct. I mean, he's only 3 spots behind
Same.
Kyle Larson, in between Kyle Busch and Austin Cindric.
Yeah, very good. Wow. For not knowing that sport, you did pretty well there.
Thank you.
So we got that. We've got ASU women's basketball tonight, and we're done. We're out of here. Jim Rome is coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, a great rest of your Wednesday. We will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.